What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Crash Play Gaming. I'm your host, Crash, and today I am taking a look at the Swim Freely variant that came out with the Lost Origin set. This is like the usual once every set they come out with like a new little mechanic that they like to throw at us. And we're looking at Swim Freely. I do say it is not as strong as I would have hoped. It needs better attackers, I think. Dewgong is a good attacker, but it just takes so much resources to set up. Sometimes it's a little tough to get going. But anyways, it still is a fun deck. I hope you enjoy it. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Like the video if you enjoy the content. We're on the road to 200 subscribers. We're getting close to there, which is awesome. So thank you to everybody who's already currently subscribed. I really do appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get into the Pokemon question of the day. All right, let's get right into the Pokemon question of the day. Let's go over last video's question. Out of the 5 Reggies, not including Regigigas, which Reggie is the only Reggie that has a defense stat better than 3 of the others and a special defense stat better than 3 of the others? So defense and special defense better than 3 of the others, but not better overall. So if you were like the commenter Band Socks, you went ahead and guessed Registeel. Registeel is the medium of special defense and defense between all the Reggies, so it's pretty cool. You had to do a little bit of research on this probably, but hey, if you got the answer, that's a point for you. Good job, Band Socks. Let's go into this video's question. This Pokemon is basically a sun lion. It's a sun and a lion, put them together. Who's this Pokemon? Go ahead and leave your answer in the comment section down below. And remember, the rules for the contest are as follows. You have to be the first person in the comment section with the correct answer to earn a point. And you need to get up to 3 points to win the prizes. So yeah, that's basically it. There is a code word for this video, so be on the lookout for that code word. Be the first person to comment that code word and you will win 2 prizes on PTCGO. And that's that. Let's get into the deck list. What is so special about this Dewgong? Well, it has the Swim Freely attack and the attack flow return. Swim Freely actually activates an ability of a different Pokemon so that we can utilize the flow return attack for 2 energies. We do 40 damage times the amount of water energies that we have on our Pokemon that we shuffle back into the deck, which is awesome. So if we, for example, if we had 5 energies and we choose to shuffle those back in, that is 200 easy damage. How do we set this up? Well, we have the Finneon here. As often as we like during our turn, we can attach a water energy from our hand to one of our Pokemon that has the Swim Freely attack. Now, there are other Pokemon that have the Swim Freely attack, but I decided Dewgong's the best heavy hitting one. There's, I think, the Seadra that can hit bench damage, but there's too many Manaphy's running around to make that relevant most of the time. And the Luminion's attack is just like a straight 120 or something like that. So I just went straight Dewgong and figured I'm just going to try to keep getting energies on these Dewgongs back to back and just take some KO. So other ways we do this, so we have Radiant Greninja, which is nice, helps us draw a couple more cards sometimes. But actually, I found that you don't necessarily use Radiant Greninja that much, but it is useful sometimes. Maybe if you can get Training Court in play quicker so that you can cycle those energies, Greninja comes a little bit more in handy. We also have 1 copy of Manaphy because bench damage is a thing. And we have 2/2 line of Bibarel here for the Industrious Incisors, so we can draw as many cards as we possibly can to be able to load up our Dewgongs with water energy. Speaking of water energies, we also play 4 copies of Capacious Bucket so that we can get 2 energy cards from our deck into our hand, which is awesome. And then as for the Pokemon Search cards, 3 Ultra Balls, 4 Quick Balls, 2 Level Balls, and 3 Evo Incense. I like this line here. We need mostly Quick Balls so we can set up our bench. It is really critical to have at least 2 Seals in play at all times because you need to loop these Dewgongs very consistently. Also a reason why we're playing 2 Ordinary Rods as well. As for the supporters, we have 2 Boss's Orders, 3 Bruno. We are getting knocked out a lot, and then 1 Cynthia's Ambition. I've been playing around with the Bruno and Cynthia's Ambition count, but sometimes Bruno's better because it allows you to just see a fresh 7, whereas Cynthia's Ambition, sometimes it only lets you draw like 5 or 3 cards, just depends on when you're able to play it. So it's really tricky. We also have 3 Irida in here because Irida's decent. I actually think that we should go down to 2 Irida in this deck now I've been playing it for a little bit because Irida actually doesn't give us the gas we need to keep going. So I think putting Irida down to 2 would be better. Maybe bumping up Bruno or Cynthia's Ambition or another supporter that you can draw cards with. We also have 2 copies of Research here, 2 Air Balloons to help us switch those Bibarels out of the active, and 11 Water Energies. So we have enough energy so we can hit with Dewgong. Usually, if we're going up against V-Stars, V-Maxes, we're going to be two-shotting them, but it is still possible to get that one-shot on the V-Stars, V-Maxes. You just need 7 energies, I think, for... Yeah, 7 energies to be able to KO a V-Star, which is pretty good. I do like the deck. It is tricky to play, and it does kind of fall behind. You need your setups, and you need to keep the gas going. If you fall short on the gas, then you kind of just can't get there, which is a little bit frustrating sometimes, but the deck list will be in the description down below, so check that out. And the code word for this video will be SWIM, S-W-I-M. Go ahead and put that in the comment section down below, and let's get into the matches. All right, going up against Palkia, this will be an interesting matchup. Manaphy is good, so that's nice to see. Let's go ahead and level ball. We can get out a Bidoof, I suppose. And then we can Ultra Ball. Next turn we're probably going to want to research, I think. So, could use Irida. Yeah, actually, I think Irida and then Cynthia's Ambition are the better 2 plays. So let's do that. Let's Ultra Ball, grab a Seel, and then pass. This looks good. We might be able to get a good attack off next turn with Dewgong on this Palkia, which would be sick. And then we just have to keep our... Does it matter that we keep our bench low? 60, 80, 100, 120? No, it doesn't. Yeah, there's no reason to keep our bench low with Palkia. There is a reason to keep Manaphy alive, though. Because that Radiant Greninja that they have is a problem. So we can Irida for Finneon. We have Evo Incense for Bibarel. We can Evo... Yeah, we can do Irida. Just trying to think off the top of my head. Water Energy is good. I think we should attack with Dewgong this turn. So, Bibarel. Let's play Irida. Grab Finneon and a Capacious Bucket. Yep, Finneon Capacious Bucket sounds good. That at least gets us an attack this turn. So we'll go here, Capacious Bucket, 2 energies out. Attach them to Dewgong. Done. Attach 1 to Manaphy so we can retreat. And then Bibarel for 4. We can get into a couple more energies. That'd be awesome. Radiant Greninja is good as well. Now I could use Radiant Greninja to conceal cards away the energy. I think I'm going to do this. We got a Capacious Bucket back and a Quick Ball. So we're going to Quick Ball away the Bruno. He'll get another Seel, which is good. We need to have the Seals up and running. Another Capacious Bucket gets out 2 more water energies. And then we can put them onto the Dewgong. And we can manually retreat our Manaphy and then go ahead and blow return all of the water energies to the deck. Take the KO. Not the KO, sorry, do 160 damage. I am being ambitious and saying I can take the KO just like that. It was close. 2 energies I would have taken the KO. We have 2 in the discard, which is something. They do evolve into their Palkia V-Star, which is fine with me. If they attack with this Palkia V-Star, we will definitely be taking a knockout. Cynthia's Ambition in our hand is great. They do attack, so we can go ahead and promote the Seel here. Got a Bruno off the top deck, but we're going to Ordinary Rod. Do both. Let's get back those boys. And let's get back the water energies. Actually, no, we'll get them both back. And then we can Cynthia's Ambition. Keep the Bruno in our hand, which I like. Got a bunch of good stuff here. Let's go there. Well, we might miss the KO, though. Uh-oh. See what Radiant Greninja can get us. Ultra Ball's good. So Dewgong, and then Ultra Ball away, Air Balloon, Bruno. Go grab ourselves another Seel. Can do that. We can play the Training Court. And then we can use the Oceanic Accompaniment, I don't know what I'm saying, to attach. That's 80 damage. We need 120, so we're going to go ahead and Industrious Incisors here. We just need one more energy, which we have in the discard. 40, 80, 120. Correct. I think that's enough, and we flow return. Take the KO. Pretty solid there. I'll take it. We get the KO. We get 2 prizes. Hopefully some water energy. Boss's orders, okay. And a Bidoof. I don't like those prizes because I'm most likely not going to play those cards. I get to play, let's see, 3 cards out of my hand, and then I most likely have to Bruno, so we'll see what happens. They do get a water energy onto their Palkia. They Marnie me, which is okay. I mean, I had Capacious Bucket plus Dewgong, so we do lose those cards. And I think we're down 2 Capacious Buckets. And we win. We beat Palkia just like that because they couldn't get themselves into another V-Star. That's how we do it. That's power there for Dewgong. Alright, we lost the coin flip, but our opponent decided to let us go first, which is interesting. We have a lot of good cards in our hand. I think the best thing to do here is to quick ball away the Ordinary Rod. And grab Seel. So we can set up double Seel here, which I like. Plus Finneon. So we'll do that. Throw down the Seel. Level Ball. Grab another one. And then hit Bidoof with the Air Balloon. And we retreat. And we pass. We have Evo Incense for Bibarel. Or Dewgong. We only have Bruno in the hand, so it's going to be a little tough. This is Rapid Strike Urshifu. And Inteleon. Don't like to see the Inteleon because that means they're playing some Cheryls. Why did they let me go first? You can hit me for 30 or you can hit me for 40. We might be able to KO Sobble next turn. Manaphy's going to be super important. They don't get an energy off. Okay. So I think Dewgong is the better play. No, Bibarel's the better play. We'll be able to see more cards with Bibarel. Play down the Bibarel. Attach the energy to Seel. Industrious Incisors first. Okay. I can Research or I can Bruno. I think Research is the better play here. I know I lose a Capacious Bucket, but we need to find the Dewgong. We did. We also found Manaphy if it's in the deck. I don't remember, but we'll find out. Manaphy is prized. You know how it is. Manaphy's prized. Of course. Alright, we'll just get another Dewgong. We have 2 attackers ready to go. I don't see a Rapid Flow happening this coming turn, so there's that. We will attach the energy. We'll hold the other 2 in our hand because, well, it might be better just to attach it all. We'll hold 1. And then we flow return, get rid of 2 energies back into the deck. Take the KO. I don't know if our opponent's going to be able to take the KO on this Dewgong next turn. We get a prize. The prize is Manaphy. Thank goodness we could play that next turn. I don't think our opponent's going to be able to use the G-Max Rapid Flow from Rapid Strike Urshifu next turn unless they have... Okay, they don't. They bring up Finneon, though. That might slow me down a little bit. Good thing I left 1 energy on Dewgong, at least because of the Sobble here. They're going to scoop up the Sobble and go into Urshifu, maybe? They go into Inteleon. Do they have a Melanie? They don't. They're struggling. Okay. Manaphy is good. Let's use Oceanic whatever. I don't like to say the second word onto there. And then we can Barrel for 4. Air Balloon's cool. We can play the Air Balloon. I can Quick Ball away the Evo Incense. Grab another Seel. Retreat into Dewgong. Might as well play Cynthia's Ambition here. No reason not to. Attach. Blow return. Half hit the Inteleon. If it evolves into VMAX, that's cool. If they don't, oh well. And now we need to make some decisions next turn. I need them to KO something, actually. They evolve into Inteleon VMAX. Do they have a Cheryl? They don't. Okay, we get another Irida. So we can play Irida. This will grab us our last Dewgong and a Capacious Bucket. Evolve there. Play the Capacious Bucket. Get a couple energies out of the deck. Use Finneon to attach. Now we're only going to be able to do 80 damage. Because honestly, I kind of want to keep everything else. But I don't have to, right? I can Ultra Ball these two away. There's no rush here. Industrious Incisor, draw some more cards. Maybe we can get the KO. We definitely can get the KO. 200 damage. We just need 5 energies. Another Capacious Bucket. 2 more energies out the deck. And our opponent is in a very tough spot because we just KO'd a VMAX. We're going to put this on the bench. Say done. And then flow return. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 200 damage. Take the KO on the VMAX. Just like that. Take 3 prizes. Hopefully we get some energy off the prizes. Quick Balls. Good card that I can get rid of something. Bruno, okay. And another Dewgong. So I can Quick Ball away the Dewgong. Use Ordinary Rod to get back Seel and Finneon, probably. They do get an energy, and we get Rock Sand, which isn't too bad because we have Bibarel. We drew into another Bibarel. They play down a Manaphy. Our opponent's really behind. Here is a Drizzile, maybe? They might be able to take a KO this turn. They could get a Drizzile for a Evolution Incense or Scoop Up Net, something of that nature. Our opponent had a really hard time setting up, which is actually, you know, fantastic for this deck because we're so far ahead. We can afford to lose some Dewgongs here. There is the VMAX. Do they have a Scoop Up Net? Oh, they do. They didn't even play the Drizzile yet. So they can do that. And they can get the Scoop Up Net on this Drizzile, come in and KO the Dewgong. It does 120. Gale Thrust does 150. So it is enough. They can tank a hit most likely. Thankfully we have Manaphy so that they can't Rapid Flow us, which is good. Very, very good. And I will hope to get a Quick Ball again so I can get rid of this other Bibarel. And there is the Gale Thrust KOing our Dewgong. But we have another one ready to go. Ordinary Rod. I'm not going to play that just yet. And Industrious Incisors here. Another Dewgong. Maybe I do play Ordinary Rod. Play Ordinary Rod. How many energies do I have in the discard? Just gonna do the Pokemon. Get back a Seel and a Finneon. I had 2 energies in there, so maybe I should have got those back too. It's okay. We'll get back Seel and Finneon. I can Quick Ball away the Bibarel for Seel. Then I can play the Irida for just the Capacious Bucket, I suppose. Yep, that seems good. And then I can attach to the Dewgong, and then we're going to hit this Urshifu as hard as we possibly can with Flow Return. I think that's 160 damage, half hitting the Urshifu VMAX, which is fantastic. Next turn we have Dewgong to evolve, we have Bibarel to draw 5. I may, you know, if I was a smarter player, I think it would have been correct to save that Irida and that Ordinary Rod for Manaphy. Because here, They could find a boss's orders for the Manaphy. And they could also have switching cards in their hand to be able to KO it. They don't actually need the switching cards. They just need an energy or a way to switch in and out of the active for the Urshifu. And we need to find either a Bruno or a Research off of this Bibarel. We've only played one Bruno, one Research, one Cynthia's Ambition. So I think I have 2 Brunos and a Research left in the deck. So 3 out of 20 cards is not great. We get to draw 5. So we get to see a fourth of our deck. And there's a 75% chance that one of those cards is in a fourth of the deck. 25% chance that it's not. That math is probably completely wrong, to be honest. Probably less odds than that, because it is 3 out of 20 anyways. Don't know where those cards are positioned. I don't even remember what our opponent got. They got a Cheryl. Okay. Interesting play. They got a Cheryl. Maybe they don't think I'm able to hit this turn. Or they have a Fighting Energy. And they're able to switch in and out. Fire Energy. Is there a Radiant Charizard in this deck? I had imagined so. And they pass. Okay. They don't think I'm going to be able to do it. So we can play the Dewgong. I can attach the Water Energy to the active. So we get to see 6 cards in total here. Hopefully one of them's a supporter that I want. It's not. We could boss. I can burn that Evil Incense. I like bossing here. I like bossing the Drizzile. It's one less card I have in my hand to play. So I like it. Okay. Let's flow return. I have to get rid of 3. Sounds good to me. And we get another prize. Maybe it's a support. It's a Research. That's a perfect prize. We have 1 prize remaining. They promote the Manaphy. They can definitely find a way to KO our Dewgong with their Urshifu this turn. I see it possible, but the Urshifu does need to be able to tank a hit. We might even be able to just KO the Urshifu. Fire Energy is not going to activate your Gelthrus, though. Okay. Water Energy is exactly what I want to see. Do I have enough energy to take the KO? I don't know. Evo Incense. I have 7 energies in the deck. So let's go Bibarel. Perfect. I can literally discard this whole hand. I can play all the water energies. That's 200 damage. That's Research. Training Court's nice to see. Level Ball can just burn that. So 200, 240. Training Court gets me 280. Is there a reason not to play Training Court? There isn't. Since we're only going to hit 280, I'm just going to put them all back in the deck. Actually, no, it's not wise to do that. I actually should have left that 6th one out in my hand. It's actually not wise to do that because I can't draw 11 cards. Well, maybe I could with Bruno plus Bibarel. I don't know. You guys tell me. There is an Irida, so there's not going to be a Cheryl turn. But this could get them another Pokemon that could take another hit and stall. This could get them an Inteleon, which means I'd have to find 5 energies off of this card. We already have seen me use 4 of my Capacious Buckets, so Irida and Bruno are going to be tough to utilize here. But we'll see. I can burn the Finneon and one of my supporters, probably the Irida. And our opponent concedes. The writing was on the wall for this one. Dewgong with the win there. Awesome. Alright, there you have it for the Dewgong. Like I said, it does hit for big damage. Sometimes you can get going relatively quickly, just destroying your Pokemon. Your opponent's Pokemon, sorry. And I did have a matchup against an amazing rare Raikou deck where I was able to set up really fast. And I was able to just kick back-to-back KOs and just win the single prize race. But unfortunately, I forgot to hit record on that one, which is a little frustrating. So, have to deal with that sometimes. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time on Crash Blade Gaming.